and Steph's
Excellent.
adventure in
Oregon City,
Oregon, our hometown.
the place where it all started.
Yes, this is where we sold our house and hit the road.
Now, I will say this, okay?
Yes.
I know there's a lot of people who may have different opinions of this, but to me, not just because I lived here, this is the best small city town in Oregon.
Agreed.
It's just
It's
the
pretty cool.
greatest little town.
Yeah.
It's got a vibrant downtown with lots of restaurants
And
and
historical
bars,
buildings,
historical
and things to do.
markets, farmers markets, things like that.
It's on the Willamette River, and there
beautiful.
are riverside parks and boat launches. And so we are here today. We're going to explore the downtown a little, get a bite to eat. There's a beautiful trail we want to take you guys on. So come along with us on this journey.
Now, let me just say one more thing,
Yeah.
Stephanie, before we go.
Sure.
You see what I'm wearing right here?
Yes. Look at this. New Jeff and Steph swag.
Let's check out the back, shall we?
I wore mine yesterday and it's in the laundry. It says, have an excellent adventure. Woohoo! Good job, Jeffy.
Now, typically I don't wear these bright colors, Stephanie.
Yeah, Jeff's out of his
But
little
my-
safe zone right now.
My black, white, blue.
He's stepping out. He's getting cray-cray.
Yeah. So what do you think, Steph?
I like it.
All right, good. Let's take a little walk around here and see what we can
Yeah,
find.
let's tell you a little bit about downtown Oregon City and check it out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So right here is the McLaughlin Conservation District around this area. And it's up on the hillside, perched over the Willamette River in Old Town Oregon City. And they have this lovely trail along the cliffside here. And Jeff and I used to do this trail all the time, especially on date night.
That's right.
It was kind of our thing to go get dinner and walk the trail.
Walk off dinner.
Yeah, walk off some dinner. The weather here is perfect.
It's a beautiful fall day, isn't it, Stephanie?
Yes, it's middle of October, and we were a little concerned about coming back home to visit in October because a lot of times it's a rainy month in Oregon.
Well, it's the start of the rainy 9 months ahead. Huh?
Yeah, so we were a little concerned about coming this month, worried we would be in rain all month, but we've been here for 2 weeks and had nothing but sun
It's so beautiful.
and warm days, and
Yeah.
it's awesome. So you can see the Willamette River up there, and it comes through a fall and lock system that runs all these power mills. They have since been closed down like a long time ago. And while we were still living in Oregon City, they were promising to tear all this down and build a beautiful riverscape. And we can see as of yet, they still have not torn it down.
Too. I mean, look at that.
It is. So Jeff and I just learned something new about Oregon City. One of the Twilight movies in 2008, it looks like the security guard chase scene was done here at the fictitious Grisham Mill. Other scenes were filmed nearby here. The Blue Heron Paper Company also featured in William Friedkin's The Hunted, starring Tommy Lee Jones in 2003. It also says several television shows have also been filmed in Oregon City.
Portlandia.
Grimm, The Librarians, Portlandia, and Everything Sucks, and The Trinkets. So it looks like the Twilight scene, hi Jeff,
Hi.
was filmed right down here in the old mill. You can see now the falls better here and the lock system.
So, Stephanie,
Yes.
do you want to know a few interesting facts
Sure.
about these falls here, the Willamette Falls?
I would love to hear that.
It's funny how I know so much.
I know, right?
Anyway, these here falls are a typical horseshoe falls that they've when they did the lock system, you can see where they kind of ran it along the side here, but the water level is low right now, so typically the water would be pouring over the whole horseshoe perimeter of that, and it's 1,500 feet wide.
Wow.
And you know, if you were down there, you get a better idea, because we're up pretty high.
Yeah, the river's massive.
Yeah, and it has a 40-foot drop. Now, you may say to yourself, well, how big is that compared to other falls in the world? You want to know how much, you know where it fits?
Where? What number?
Number 7. The 7th biggest falls in the world is Willamette Falls, right here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
and I
pretty cool.
believe it's in the top 3, with Niagara Falls being number 1 in America. So it's very interesting historic falls in the country and in the world, for that matter.
And the Willamette River is a big deal here around the Portland area. It runs directly through downtown Portland.
And back in the day, of course, water was a way for commerce
Transportation,
to
yes.
move.
Yes.
And interesting thing, have we not mentioned about Oregon City being the end of the Oregon Trail?
This is true.
This is a pretty important fact about Oregon City.
And this is how John McLaughlin ended up here, settling here, and establishing Oregon City as the capital of the state of Oregon. This was only temporary for 3 years, but it was the capital at one point.
And as at the end of the Oregon Trail, hopefully everybody knows what that is. I mean, I didn't learn much about the Oregon Trail when I was in school as a kid, but you basically jump off on a wagon train from someplace in the Midwest. I think it was somewhere around Chicago or Illinois, somewhere.
It actually started, the Oregon Trail started in Independence, Missouri, and it ended right here in Oregon City. And it took about 5 months for the journey to cross the country.
It's one of the most fascinating things about Oregon City is it's the end of the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, it split off and went into either Northern California or up to Oregon. And any of the settlers coming into Oregon ended up right here in Oregon City. It makes it a pretty cool place.
Yeah.
So Jeff and I are standing in front of Dr. John McLaughlin House. It's a National Historic Site here in Oregon City. And Dr. McLaughlin was a really big character in this town. He was one of the chief factors of the Hudson Bay Company.
He was a big guy.
Yeah, from 1825 to 1845. And he settled here at the end of the Oregon Trail, and he and his wife Marguerite built their house here.
And they're also
Buried here. Yeah, we're going to show you the house. So this is the John McLaughlin house, and they do tours through the house. I have been through them before, and I have to admit that it just seems kind of creepy inside, but they've kept it in its original state and decorated and all that stuff. The tours are Friday and Saturday from 10 to 4 p.m. It's open. But the grounds here are on a hill overlooking Oregon City, and it's just beautiful up here. Around the side of the house are the grave plots of Dr. John McLaughlin and his wife Marguerite. The houses along the street where the McLaughlin house is are all historical houses, and they do have plaques and such. These were the people that started the town of Oregon City. And right here is the Barclay House. And this was the town's first official doctor that moved to Oregon City. It's from 1850.
So one of the fascinating things about Oregon City, which there are many,
Yes.
and that's why we love it so much.
Yeah, it's cool.
There's some very unusual things here.
For sure.
And one of the things that's kind of amazing is that this city, to me it's a town. I mean, I guess you can call it a city, but it's just a town. It's on a hill.
It's split in 2 sections.
But the water is 100 feet or better, the water level, which was where the commerce would have been happening with the ships coming in and everything. And the people, for the most part, lived up here on the flat.
Where they were safe from flooding and all that stuff.
Exactly. And there was land here and there's not as much down there.
So you have a town that's on 2 levels.
2 levels, yeah.
And it's like a rock cliff in between those 2 levels.
So this was a bit of a problem back in the day because goods would come in and you'd want to get them up the hill. And what they devised was an elevator system. And they've had a few of them. It lasted for a while and then it either burned or they had to replace it. They replaced it again. And this went on, over several years, a few different times, until they finally ended up with the final elevator that transports people from up here on the hill to down below, so we can go down and have some fine dining.
Yes. We would use this all the time, this elevator, because there's lots of parking up above.
It's so cool.
We would park, get in our elevator, go down, and be right in the restaurants and all that.
When you see this, first thing you're gonna think of Space Needle, because of the
It
whole Art
reminds me of
Deco
Star
look.
Trek.
Yeah, the whole Art Deco movement of the times. They built things that were so just attractive and just cool and futuristic looking and so forth. And that's what this is going to look like, kind of a mini Space Needle. And we've seen that same kind of Art Deco stuff like at the dam, the Hoover Dam, where they had the doors and they were
all built around that era of the new technology.
Yeah. So it's Depression era and it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful structure.
I will say this elevator is the only one of its kind in this country, in the United States. There are only 7 of them in the world, the entire world. So it makes this a really unique place. You can take your dogs in the elevator too. Yeah. It's pet friendly. Yeah. Let's go check it out.
Let's check it out.
So this is the top platform, the viewing platform of the elevator. In the viewing platform up here, they have all sorts of old pictures of downtown Oregon City back in the day. They're holographic, it's pretty neat. They change over time and show you different scenes. And they also have, right here on the window, I'm not sure if you can see it, they have markers pointing to what you're looking at. Like that's the electric power plant, the mills. This is the mills right there on the glass. Willamette Falls locks, salmon fishing, the State House, the first Main Street. Just going along here. Right here, it's saying Portland is viewed just over the horizon, and Mount St. Helens can be seen here. And it's too cloudy today because usually you can see it right up over there. But it's pretty neat. So this is a historical, fun place to visit with the fam when you're in Oregon City. And you can walk around here and read all the information, and here is the actual elevator taking us down. Okay, let's get in the elevator. Here we go. They have a walking map of shopping and restaurants in downtown. When you get off the elevator, you walk into the chute, and if you're one of those crazy, super athletic types, they have stairs all the way up the hillside. They're like switchback steps.
Now the thing that's really amazing is when we get outside, we get out of the tunnel, we're on the lower level, and we'll show you how tall that is and how necessary it is.
And here's the Oregon City Municipal Elevator from down below.
It's one of my coolest, funnest stores. I love here. Because you can go in there and just find all the toys you had as a kid.
Yeah, these are all like old antique things. Look, they have all the collectible glasses. And they have all these old things, old Star Wars
toys. From when you were
toys.
kids.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Well, Stephanie, what have you found?
Our old favorite wood oven pizza place.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what else is really cool about this town? I don't know if you remember, but they go all out here at Christmas as far as lights and a Christmas tree and everything.
It's the bomb. It's all lit up. The trees have individual lights on them. They have displays, music.
They make it snow.
It's pretty cool.
They have a snow machine up on the roofs of some of these buildings, and if it's cold enough, it's awesome. They make it snow.
Yeah, it's super cute. Let's check out downtown, and then we're gonna get some pizza.
Boom.
There's lots of cute shopping here in downtown. Like here's a plant store you can see inside. They have all sorts of neat things.
You know what else is really cool about these older towns like this? They always had this overhang. So when you went into stores, you know, you weren't just like bringing in all the rain with you.
Yeah, protecting you from the weather.
Down because it's a rainy part of the country.
Drainage, yeah. This whole entry's on a slope.
And they have these big overhangs, which is super cool. Yeah.
Here's one of our favorite Thai restaurants in town we used to frequent. This is another great restaurant, the Weinhard, and it's owned by Henry Weinhard, which is a Portland beer. And they have like outdoor patio seating. They've used all their spaces in this small town, and alleyways have turned into seating areas and little gardens. It's pretty neat. This is where you go to get a haunted Oregon City tour of all the old houses. This is the courthouse building, and they have some nice outdoor patio seating and stuff. This is where they light the big Christmas tree every year in the center, and they have all sorts of fun things to do.
Well, Stephanie, we've stumbled upon an important part of our history together right here.
Yes, Jeff and Steph history.
Right over there.
This is the Verdict Bar and Grill right across from the courthouse here in Oregon City. And when Jeff and I were married, we had our wedding reception there.
Yep. Now this actually used to be a jail. And we had our reception in the holding cell, which is pretty fitting.
It's actually called the holding cell, and it's all brick inside with bars. And they've made it really cool and modern now inside.
I felt fairly comfortable in the holding cell.
That sounds about right.
Not sure why.
Are you going to give me a boom for that?
Boom.
Here's the historic Oregon City Bridge. There are a lot of antique stores around downtown Oregon City and just neat little shops to look into. You can tell it's fall.
Right?
Look behind you. Oh, it's a big creepy spider. Someone's having fun with the Halloween decor, it looks like. They have cobwebs and spiders all over the street here. Fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Nice job.
For sure. Here's inside. Jeff, show me our favorite table for date night, where we ate more than any other time.
You could never get the front, right? So.
Okay, show me. Yeah, this place gets slammed. It's delicious. There's salads, their breads, their wood oven pizza. This was our usual table. Yeah, we sat here all the time. We brought our kids here for holidays and special things. We always sat right there. And this is where the magic happens. The pizza oven. Yum. And they do all their dough by hand. It's amazing. There are our pizzas and they're cooking away. Oh, they look so good. They're getting brown. Oh, I'm so excited. Jeff and I get the spicy Greek, and they're delicious. Here's our Greek pizza. We're taking it to go with us. We want to enjoy the day. It's so sunny and nice out. So here's my pizza delivery man.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go somewhere and enjoy this out in this lovely weather. But we wanted to thank you guys for watching
Jeff.
and Steph's
Excellent.
Oregon City, Oregon.
Adventure.
Yes. Thanks for hanging in there with us and subscribing, and we really appreciate you guys, and we look forward to the next adventure with you.
And thanks everybody for the kind words about the passing of our dog Gizmo.
Yeah.
It was a pretty tough couple days for us, and
It's been a rough week the last week. Our beloved Yorkie, one of our Yorkies, did have to be put down. He was very sick, so it's been a rough week, but we cherish our other 3 dogs, and they've really pulled us through. And you guys have been very kind. Thank you.
thanks guys.
Yeah, take care, and we'll see you
next time.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.